It's hard day.
Why
are you wearing your pajamas?
Okay, I just mumbled too.
At 5 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock at night or whatever bloody time it is right now. Pajamas.
Because I had a shower.
Hey guys, this is Geoff, and today, oysters, baby. Oysters. Oysters Kilpatrick. I want to start by saying this is not traditional. This is my version. This is how I like it. If you want to do it more tradish, go for it. But this is an insight into my mind, I suppose. What do you reckon, Yazzo? We like it anyway.
We like them fresh too.
It's awesome. Now, I want to first start off by saying this amazing thing that I found on Amazon. This is an oyster roaster. I'm going to put a link to this in the description. When you got some crew coming to your pad to oyster it up a treat, these are your friend. No more buying rock salt and putting it in the bin or making little foil boats or whatever. Look how nicely they sit in there. It's amazing. 12 Sydney rocks. Epic. All right, so first up, the sauce. Now I have started with a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Now this one has a little bit of, how shall we call it, some sexy kick in it. If yours does not, I recommend that you add a little bit of Tabasco or cayenne to kick. Not so much that it makes it hot, but more that you go, ooh, I see what you're doing there.
Exotic.
Like that kind of
Exotic
scenario.
spin.
Little bit exotic, little...
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
To that, I'm going to try and measure. How many scotches have I had?
It's not the scotches that did
I'm going to try and measure this. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of soy. And I'm going to start with, because I reckon it probably won't be enough, 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of Worcester. Let's see how accurate I am, because I don't measure this shit, as we all know. I say often.
Worcestershire.
Okay, my American friends all call it W sauce because they can't. It's Worcestershire. Worcestershire. That's it. Not Worcestershire, it's Worcestershire. That's it.
I like it, Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Gross.
No, more. Got it wrong. 4 or 5 teaspoons. Should have called it tablespoons, but I've only got a teaspoon, so that's what we're measuring it in. 4 or 5. There we go. It needs to have some tang. You don't want it to be kiddie sweet. You want it to be
adult tang.
I see what you're doing there. That's what you want it to be. That's exactly right.
Everyone needs a bit of tang in their life, babe.
6. All right, that's definitely enough. All right, so what we want to do, it's probably a little bit more than we need, but that doesn't matter. All right, so what we want to do, we've got our 12 oysters here, and what we want to do is spoon a lovely amount over, probably 2 teaspoons per each. I reckon that's enough. You want to cover it, but at the end of the day, it's a beautiful product, and they're grown with love, and you don't want to
completely cover them with sauce.
You don't want to completely mask the flavour. You want it to be. It's going to become a theme, isn't it, Yazzo?
No, but the thing is, it's going to be different.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
It's a different way to have them. We all know they're gorgeous fresh, but
exactly right.
This is something different.
Exactly right, Yazzo. Exactly right. 1.5 to 2 teaspoons. You be the judge. That's about right. Like, you want to kind of cover them, right? You want to cover them with a nice layer, but not so they are swimming in it and obliterated. And in actual fact, I'm fairly good because there's really not all that much left over. Pop that to the side. Clean your mess, Geoff. Be a good chef. Be a good chef, Geoff.
Okay, please cut this part out.
Okay, put that to the side. All right. Next bit. All right, so we fried off some bacon here. We kind of fried off the bacon and we did it on camera before we did this bit. We did it all backwards. Really, at the end of the day. We want to put a nice little amount of bacon on top. Again, you want it to be an accoutrement. You don't want it to overtake. We all know bacon makes everything better, but you don't want it to overtake everything. So just a nice little drizzly amount. And I want to specify, if I didn't already specify it before, that you want it to be fine. Very fine. This is a bit wobbly. Sit up, please, mister. Thank you. Very, very good. And you might have a little bit left over, so make a bacon sarnie after. The controversial bit, because this isn't traditional, buttered croutons. I want a few little buttered croutons on top, just because they're very sexy and give you a little bit of texture to the final product, which is very nice. I've done 2 pieces of bread here because I just didn't want to be caught short. I think you could probably get away with 1, to be honest, but it's just bread, so whatever. All right. That conversation we can wipe as well. Kamado is running at about 250 degrees Celsius, 220, 250-ish in the range. You can obviously do this in your oven. To be honest with you, I usually do. However, we're going to cook some steaks tonight and some prawns, and God knows what else is going to go on out there after I've had 47 scotches and I get the hungries, the munchies. So we're ready to go. Let's go put them on. I reckon it's 7 to 10, about 10 minutes. We'll time it. We'll let you know. Got a nice bit of action going on under there. Right in the middle. Look at that stuff. It's made for it.
So good.
Made for it. All right, we're getting a bit pissed and we kind of forgot about them, so they're probably overdone, but they are boiling like a biatch and most certainly ready. Ow, hot.
Oh, they look gorgeous.
Dunzo, baby.
Look at that fire.
Dunzo. All right, confession, we got a little bit whacked. Too many scotches and kind of having a bit of a hilarity and left them on for a minute too long. But 7 to 10 minutes in the Kamado is great. These are still bloody hot, my gosh. Cheers. Get a spoon, shovel them in.
Oh, God.
No.
Very good.
Wow. I burnt the living shit out of myself. They're still way too hot. You can't try them yet.
No.
I'll film you in a minute trying one. The crunch of the crouton, as you like, look, if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't really like oysters or are freaked out by them, this is the recipe to give them, 100%. Annabella, how good are these? You've had them before. How good are these?
Well, I'm revolted by raw oysters.
Oh, I see your
But
point.
those are really, really good. But maybe a little bit fishy at the end.
Yeah, but you're 9 years old. Who asked for her opinion?
Hey, just to point
All right. The
No,
question
just
I've got to ask you. The
Daddy
question I've
got-
got to ask you is, did you have one the other day when we were testing these, and are they good?
Well, they are good, but Dad, just to point out, this guy is not a big fan of fish, but he makes them good, okay? You need to try out this recipe. It is...
What do you mean I'm not a big fan of fish? What
Well,
does that even
she's
mean?
kind of right.
You told me before.
No,
Well, let's wind this up before it gets
I'm
out
a
of
fish
hand.
guy. Anyway, delicious. Even though I'm not going to be able to taste anything for a week because the friggin' sauce burnt the shit out of my mouth. Delicious. The croutons, winner. Buttery, beautiful. Keep an eye on them and don't drink too much scotch. Thanks for joining us.